finish it off. So, as a coach, try to make sure I do the best job I can to put them in a position to close that game out. But again, tough loss. We've got a lead and opportunity, and we just got to make plays down the stretch, and find a way to win that game.
Questions, raise your hand. Questions for the players and for the coach. This is the first one. Front row.
Lindsay Gibbs with CBS Sports. Zoe, take us through those 2 drives to the basket towards the end. What did you see, and kind of what led to the turnover?
I feel like I saw an open path going to the basket. I thought I had a lot of contact, but it was a physical game. Guess the refs didn't feel like that. Pretty much it.
Wes, you mentioned after the Tennessee game, you still felt like you guys had a lot to clean up despite the win. Did you feel like you cleaned up some of that stuff in the days between that and now?
No. I told them we got to do a better job in practice, and I've got to, make sure that I hold them accountable, and that our focus and attention in practice is where it needs to be. We had a lot of breakdowns down the stretch, and at the end of the day, that falls on me. But again, Zoe had a great game, 10 for 20 from the field. Probably, and again, I knew it during the time. I should have went with it. Should have probably had her be coming off the pick instead of throwing the ball in. So something I've got to look at. But we had some breakdowns, on the side bounce play that they scored on. Some things that we traditionally try to do, we didn't get done there. One time in particular in transition, we left London, open in the corner for a 3 when I thought we were matched up pretty good, and we could have just stuck with her. So there's going to be a lot of things. We go back and look at the film. It's ironic, we out-rebounded them and by a pretty good margin, and yet they outscored us by 7 on second chance points. So, we didn't fully take advantage of that. They forced more turnovers. They scored 7 more points off turnovers than we did. So again, we got to look at all of it, but we're not doing the little things, and we had opportunities to have a better outcome.
Second row.
Wes, what were you looking for on that last play?
Well, again, we were setting a back pick, and then we were trying to come off of another pick, and without getting too much into detail, but again, we had a couple of options, and I get it, Zoe felt like she could get the lob up there to Camille, and just didn't work. So again, I could have maybe had players lined up in a little bit different situation.
Second row.
Connor Vandermark's ignition. Coach, on Tuesday you talked about how you built the schedule a little early. You played 2 ranked teams early on. You could even count an exhibition against Maryland. You learned a lot from those games. What have you learned about your team through a win and a loss?
Yeah, Tuesday night, obviously I was proud of our ability to mentally, physically handle the press and all those things, and find a way to finish the game out. And then today we were on the other end of it. We didn't quite finish it out. And like I said, there's going to be a lot of, we watched the film, there's going to be a lot of breakdowns, things that we can control, and it's going to be up to us to fix them. And again, I felt like we haven't been maybe as locked in and focused in practice this week, and that falls on me. I've got to require that and make sure that we tie up the loose ends. So it's on me. I got to do a better job.
Front row left.
Zoe, obviously you had 6 turnovers to 6 assists. You've done a good job recently of kind of cleaning up some of those miscues. Is there anything specific that USC was doing tonight that maybe led to some of those?
No, I guess just my decision making has to be better. My teammates are not wide open. I feel like they're not in the greatest position to catch the ball, just not throwing it, going back and looking at the film and seeing what I could have done better and how I could have read the floor differently.
Second row.
Coach, this question's for you. I'm Zoe Terrell with Carolina Blitz. You talked about how you guys had a couple of breakdowns throughout the game, and even then you guys still fought pretty hard and were leading for most of the game. So what do you think that says about the team's resilience and strength?
I'm sorry, what was the end of it?
What do you think that says about the team's resilience and strength?
Yeah, like I said, I mean, again, when you don't come out on top, it's just different, you know. And like I said, I was real proud of Tuesday night, the way they fought through some things. I thought we competed really well, and you know, again, today had a lead there in the fourth quarter, and we didn't shoot the ball well. So, I mean, again, that obviously plays a role in it in the fourth quarter when, you know, I don't know, I think we were 1 for 7 maybe from 3, 4 for 14 from the field, something like that. Missed some free throws. So, obviously, that's part of the game. We got to be able to knock down shots. But, like I said, defensively, there was things we can control. Transition D, trying to keep them off the glass. Like I said, they outscored us by 7 on the offensive boards. So obviously that's a big factor. And then we just had some breakdowns defensively. Like I said, on the side bounce play, you know, it wasn't just one person. We had multiple people that, you know, had different roles and different things they could have done there. And so there's just a lot of little intricacies that we got to buy into fixing. And we've got new players that we're counting on, and they've got to buy in as well, and we got to all be on the same page.
Question for Tilda also, please, front row.
Yeah, this is for both of the players. Obviously, last year you had Zion, Sanaya, and Madison, really vocal leaders, and with no seniors on the team this year, who is stepping up? I know, Zoe, you talked about wanting to evolve as a leader. So in tough moments like that, what players are you leaning on and listening to?
I think a lot of players need to step up. You know, we don't have one person. You know, I have a lot of trust in Zoe, of course, but I hope she has trust in me too. So, and Samaria Jones, you know, I think everybody needs to do a great job because we're doing this together in the end. So, you know, just a game like this, we have to do it together.
Zoe,
Okay.
second row.
Coach, do you like where your rotation is at center, or are you still looking to see stuff from the
Yeah, I don't know. You know, again, I probably need to go deeper. You know, again, I think Tilda's doing a great job, and I probably should get her more touches, to be real honest, because she normally is going to, you know, have a pretty good field goal percentage. You got to go with the odds there, but you know, we're still trying to figure all that out. Just depends, again, part of it's on the matchups. Can we defend certain players if we do go to the bench in those spots, that sort of thing. So, yeah, we got to look at all that, definitely. So, yeah, no doubt.
Any other questions? Take 2 more, second row.
Coach, Jazzy Davidson scored, I think, 18 for 21 in the second half. In that second half, was it more about her finally hitting the shots, or your defense of maybe?
Well, I mean, I think we had a lot of breakdowns defensively. She had a great game. She took us off the bounce, and then if we did try to maybe contain a little bit more, she knocked down some threes. You know, she had a great game, and you know, like I said, we're right now not guarding, not defending as a team the way we need to. We leave each other on an island too much. So I think we need to play more as a team on both ends of the court. I also look at the fact we had 11 assists and 18 turnovers, and there were so many times that we put our head down and went into the traffic, went into the teeth of the defense, and turned the ball over. So both ends of the floor, we got to come together as a team a little bit more and rely on each other and be able to count on each other.
Last question, front row.
Tilda, despite all the new players, you know, it feels like the rebounding obviously has been pretty good through, you know, the first 2 official games and in the exhibition. But what are you specifically hoping to maybe focus in on or lock down on as you go forward in the front court?
I think rebound is a big part of my type of play, and playing with Camille. I think she had 18 rebounds tonight, so I think that's just great, and we can pass it up to the guards real quick and make them so they make a play. So I just trying to take a big responsibility this year and just grow as a player, play tough every game, every day. So, and just play with my teammates. I don't want to force anything. So I think just play hard every day, every game.
All right, thank you.